Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. I am honored. The Sri Narayan Dham is greatly honored, equally to two separate entities. One, our Foxglove temple in Springfield, who rendered divine bhajans today. Our harmonium player was kidnapped from this temple together with our deputy chairperson, Vishum Dhana. And I asked Sherwen, I indicated to Sherwen, just look at Dhana. And Sherwen sat there for that half an hour only looking at the trance-full state that Dhana was gone into. All right? I want to, with equal honor, introduce Archbishop Ngobo, whom we had the opportunity of meeting on Sunday. And after our official program, and I think it was also during the official program, I said within 7 days we will meet, and it is within that time we are meeting. And I just explained to Jessica that the cherry on the top is that both Archbishop Ngobo and myself, we are really cut from the same cloth. And when I say really, we come from the same background. We are both military men. So a warning to the ANC, start running. Start running. This warning shouldn't be taken lightly. Those that's transcribing, write in capital, warning from the Sri Narayan Dham and Archbishop Ngobo. We two have combined today, officially and spiritually. We carried the same firearms on our shoulders. We did the same training in defending our country. And we are no-nonsense spiritual leaders. You can't put a penny in our pocket, Satisbhai. We'll kill you with scriptures. We exchanged our arms for scriptures. We exchanged our arms for scriptures. We thought our light machine guns could do a lot of work until we both realized that God's spoken word, that quantum cannot be calculated. So his side, started his spiritual journey, and I, from my side, started my spiritual journey. And nothing is a coincidence. And I informed you all at the beginning of this month of the Ramanujans that there are going to be explosions. So we are not only to take on the small Itukwini municipality, it's too small for us, right? We are to take on the world. But we starting in our country first. And this is a discourse that can be pulled out when Archbishop Ngobo and I are long gone, when the world has transformed into dimensions that we are propelling it starting from today. So you think this is a coincidence? One Indian goes for counter-insurgency training. One black goes for the same counter-insurgency training. When that Indian retires, that black gentleman joins. I'm his senior. And sometimes if he doesn't listen, I'll pull military rank. Okay? So you think this is a coincidence that two of us became spiritual leaders in our own cultures, in our own traditions and our own religion? You think it's a coincidence? You think he came by mistake on Sunday when we were celebrating oneness? You think we are instruments in the hand of the Lord? Yes, and the Lord has prepared us. For if you look at Archbishop and if you look at my background, there was no necessity in both of us to have struggled in the military. You understand? We could have done anything else. We didn't have to go through this military hardship. That military training is going to start taking its effect now. When we start the war against these miscreants that's running our country, that's getting bought and sold. And then when you just think, Archbishop, that they are sold, they're getting bought again. So, my joy cannot be measured. Those of you that know me, like Jessica, these are principles we were working on when we failed to do it politically. To do this from the political platform is very difficult. It's almost unachievable. But to do this from the spiritual platform is a walk in the park. Because we all have the same morals and we have the same ethics and we have the same principles. Yeah, nobody is going after title or money. We are merely instruments of God, weeding the garden so that the beautiful flowers that are here can blossom. So my joy cannot be quantified, and I hope our guest from Foxglove, you all have a different concept of who a guru is, but as per the scriptures, as per the Vedas, it is the duty of a bona fide guru to advise the government, to advise the government of the country that that guru lives in. It is the duty of the pastor, the Molana, the rabbis to advise government. It is the duty in all the scriptures to advise government, and this is what we are doing. We're taking our scriptures out and we becoming practical. We following the instructions of our scriptures. So we are going to go and really advise this government, because it needs a lot of advice, and it needs advice from the caliber of people with backgrounds such as myself and Archbishop Ngobo. You understand? So this country, our beloved country, South Africa, is going to change. Guaranteed. My transcribers, you can write it in bold. South Africa is going to change, guaranteed, and thereafter the ripple effect, Africa as a continent and the world as a whole. Because we're teaching people by coming together that we must not hate each other racially. We must not hate each other through religion division. We must not hate each other through any social injustice. This is what this organization, together with Archbishop Ngobo, we're going to hit the ground running with. We're going to remove fear and hatred. Fear and hatred. Fear transpired through hatred. We had a long discussion, maybe about half an hour before we started our program. And I expressed to Archbishop Ngobo that we have over 1,000 words in common with the Zulu culture. If you get these language or linguistic experts, they will extract these 1,000 words. And this is not from 1860. There was an interaction between Indians and Africans long before 1860. There's some discovery made where they found some temples that predates 1860. So we go a long way, and it is these political opportunists that are trying to divide the Indian and the black community to inspire some anger and hatred in the black community so that they can be voted or used as vote banks. Okay, so last year we dealt with that, and we need to continue dealing with that. And we can deal with that in a constructive way by forming this accord that we are going to constitute. I think, Archbishop, we will launch this on Sunday. This coming Sunday at 5 p.m., we will launch our interfaith officially. All right? So I have stated more than enough my background. Cut from the same cloth, I want to introduce to you again, in less than a week, Archbishop Ngobo. And I'm going to give him the floor. There's no time limit, and you can speak your heart, Bishop. If you strike the right pose, I'm sure Hemita will put you on TikTok.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Guru, my leader. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Greetings to everyone that is here today to this wonderful prayer. I'm blessed, and I keep on experiencing new things in my life at this age. So I'm so thankful just to be offered and an official invite for today to be part of the prayer. So I think, Guru, you mentioned a lot of important issues that needs to be addressed by us as religious leaders, because our country is falling apart. Our country has got a lot of corruption, not only the corruption, also the ungodly laws that are keep on imposing in this country. Our children are not safe, women are not safe, nobody is safe in this country. So I'm sure that by us standing on our ground firm and say enough is enough, leaders must take their position to control the country. I think no one can stand on our way. We are the majority. Faith is the majority in this country. So if all faiths can come together, even in other countries as well, we need the faiths needs to control the world. Because one, we need to apply the spiritual laws and moral laws to our people. Because people they lack conscience, not the what do you call the security. You know, I see on the looting time, people they didn't afraid of the police. They steal or they looted in front of the police. What that tells us is that a person needs a conscience, not a security. A security should be a conscious mentality that I cannot do this because I'm a child of God. That's what we are instilling. The role that we are playing in the community, it's a very important, significant role that we are playing. But we are in a situation where our government can see the role of the religious leaders in the community. When they talk, they said, we are not contributing anything in the economy. But if I can ask you, we've got so many numbers in our churches. If those numbers were not converted to God, what will be happening in this country? If those numbers are criminals, what will be happening in this country? So we are contributing a lot in this country in silos. And if you look at the gender-based violence, who's giving counseling to those people? Free without without signing any invoice to the government. As you are here in this prayer, you are here in this prayer to deal with the conscience. Because without a conscience, you cannot come to this prayer. So meaning we are saving a lot of people to do the wrong things. It's not now in a God's perspective or in a kingdom perspective, but in a changing lives of the people. Because to change one life, you change the rest. Because in your relatives, your home, you all behave as a true citizens of the country. So I hate this thing of Indian blacks. I hate that. We should call ourselves Africans. Because this is what divides all of us. Once I see you as an Indian, then you see me as blacks. That's a division on its own. So we should look at the one that make us common. One word that can make us common. When I sit with you, I should sit with my brother, sister, because we are one in God. We need a oneness in God. We don't need a separate society that are divided by the apartheid. There's no more apartheid. That is the fact. When we talk about apartheid now, we are just talking about us who are embracing the past. So now is our time to take this opportunity to establish the new era where all of us will understand each culture, each religion, and embrace one another and be patient to one another. We know that I can't able to talk what I'm very cautious as I'm talking, that I don't want to talk something that can offend the religion. Firstly, I must understand even the terminology that we are using, because once I said something else, then you would be offended by that. That's what we should all learn. Learn even my culture. What are the Zulu doing? Yeah? What are you doing? We invite, not in the church, even at home. I need to be invited by you at some stage. In your home, I want to come there. I want to sit with you. I want to have lunch with you. Then you tell me exactly what is all about your name, your surname, and also I have to do that. You understand? That's how we should live. But unfortunately, there are people who are still embracing the dividing rule. You understand? That says, you are, I am. And then once we recognize the race more than what we are, then we are divided already. Okay? So, but I'm also coming with my honorable guru to create a new platform for the country. We want to launch a new platform for the country. I know there's a lot of interfaiths in South Africa. Those interfaiths were created by political parties. They fulfill the political interest more than what God created us. Everybody, they call prayers not for praying, but for political reason. To allow, to create a platform for politicians to address the people, not in a real meaning of interfaith. So as we are going to launch this one, we want to show the world the oneness. We want to show our country the oneness. I was talking to the Honorable Guru earlier on that in the issue of Phoenix, I couldn't get people that are going to stand in Phoenix to talk sense to those people who are in Phoenix, without pointing finger to one race. Because if all of us, we are pointing finger to one race, and say, that's why it's like this, it's because of that. Allow those politicians, those begiqeles to come and address people wrong. Then people will create impression. So we are still colonizing our people about the race. That is where all of us, we needed to free ourselves, liberty, our mind. Because currently we are looking at, that's why we are calling a referendum of reconciliation. You see, this country, if they are still ruled by Roman Dutch laws, then we are not in a good platform to create the law, to create us as a nation. That's why you find ourselves not taking part in all spheres of government, because laws not allow us to do that. And if you look at very closely, you'll find that it's us who were previously a disadvantage to be a victims of the law. Because it's not our culture. Our culture were not involved. Our faith were not involved. That's why we have to start now a new platform where we are saying we need to do the referendum of reconciliation. The reconciliation, we are saying, let's all sit together. Not only one race. Let's all, even what happened before, but it mustn't despise the current mandate that we are having with the Honorable Guru. We are saying, let's sit together. Let's now start to. You cannot embrace something that you are not recognizing. Firstly, let's recognize ourselves before we take this message to the people. If here in the round table we are not recognizing one another, we are still in the bondage of our doctrines, then that means that we cannot go out. Because outside we will be talking another language. When people see us together, see us walking, not walking when we invite them, walking anytime, not because now we are inviting someone, no, just walking together, eating together, taking photos together, sharing the platform together. That's why people will be saying, okay, now we need to change. Let's change the mentality. If there is an hatred in one of the groups, they will come and say, okay, you are sitting with these people. What is the reason? What do you see? Then you start to explain. Because people are sitting there, this division is carrying on. Even in our generation to come, they will be living like that. They won't live like what we are expecting them to live in this country. This country is hijacked again. Not an apartheid now. We've got this now new apartheid that is introduced in the system. At workplace, wherever you go, you see that there's still a apartheid. New one. It's a new version. You understand? Yeah, there's this new apartheid that is coming in our system, where we can sit, talk, share things together. When we grew up, we had a lot of factories here in these areas. Today we have nothing. Another people, they came and take over. Why? Because we are divided. When you are divided, you fall. But unity, we stand. So that means we can revive, we can restore our economy in this country. To restore an economy is to make sure that we are working together. That is the main purpose of our gathering, of our vision. What we want to achieve is to see our people sitting together, even marrying, this thing. You understand? It would be good sometimes to get my son coming to marry you. Yeah, that is a good thing that we want to see in future, because now this division creates a lot of havoc. We don't see us as African. We see us as races. The race is the one that is in the forefront of the humanity. We are human. We need to practice. The one who came with Ubuntu, the Ubuntu Boto, it's the one that we need to go back and check it. What was there? That document needed to be publicized You understand? Because we need Ubuntu, humanity. Yeah? Don't see me as a black. See me as an African. I must see you as an African. Because this thing of calling one another on race is the one that is dividing us. So we need all of us to do sometimes a pledge. Yeah? We need to call a what to call the media briefing. We are here to do a pledge in South Africa. That pledge bind people from Mozambique, people from all African countries, India, European countries. We are here to do a pledge that no one will call us blacks. There's no black. I'm not black. You are black than me. You understand? Don't call me black. Why you call me black? Eh? Why you? Who told us? You know, we are calling us with these things that are dividing us. Calling black. You understand? Calling white. Calling Indian. Calling whatever colored. What is that? Who gave us all this name? Who decided to call us? Why we can't all be African? Let's embrace that. Let's go and preach that to our people. We are African. It should be our slogan. Yeah, we are proudly South Africans. Not all these names, because it divides us and it keep, even at work, not even in the church. It works in the workplace. You find that there's this thing. If it's a black that is a big boss there, so it's only the blacks now that is going to take all position. You understand? That is wrong. Eh? All this gender equity, it doesn't work. Even in the workplace, it doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? You can't leave the ground and apply things that should be applied on the ground and try to apply at work. We need to have a study. Our children, how little they are, we need to teach them to know that when we talk about us, address us as African. Yeah? African. So that's why our country has been hijacked. We don't have a city anymore. Am I right? Yes. Go from street to street. Foreigner from street to street. Yeah? No South Africans there. Why? Because we divided ourselves. Yeah? We can't fight for a shop. We can't fight for any business because we divided ourselves. When the Nigerian came, we see you as an Indian, not as South African. Yeah, you see me as a black, not as an African. Then that person comes in. Yeah, because we are fighting one another. Shops in townships taken, saloons taken. Yeah? Builders taken. We have nothing. Last time when there was what do you call this thing of president, the sauna. President said, it's time for South Africans to put their product on the shelves. Yeah? So that now they can explore their businesses to the outside world. My question was, what do we have? What can we put in our shelves? Because it's the same people, it's the same people who's going to put their things on our shelves. Chinese are going to put their things on the shelves. And we have nothing in our hands. No business. Huh? No business. We can't put taxes on the shelves. That's what we have right now. Taxes is what we have right now. We can't put them on the shelves. Yeah? What do we have? What do we have? We allow China's to come to South Africa. We allow everybody to come and take over. We've got China malls. Where is our factories? Yeah? Where is our factories? We are sitting today with nothing. We don't have a South African mall in China. No South African mall. But now we created a platform here where people can come and take over our country in our lifetime. What are we doing about that? Sitting in the church environment, doing nothing, not talking about what is happening outside. Because we are not all we are not living here in the church. We are not eating the Bibles. We are not eating Quran. We are not eating whatever that we are worshipping with, that we believe in. But we have home that we need to look after. In the home, there is a business that we need to look after. And the business, there is a country. It's the economy. If the country can keep the vibe of the economy, then someone will come in. Our country is hijacked. Yeah? Even now, borders are just open widely. Widely. I was supporting this guy. Like, Tutula. Yeah. You said that guy, yes, is a little bit radical. But what can you do if you see that your country has got no value anymore? And the education as well, it doesn't match the economy, international economy. Our education is very weak. We all taking our children to school to work for somebody, not to create jobs. And they don't have even a platform. We don't even give them a platform. So that is what we are right now. So when the faiths can stand up and say enough is enough, we are the game changers. We need to change this game. Yeah? We have to be a game changers. You can't tell me that the politics is a dirty game where my life depends on it. If you say it's a dirty game, will you allow the toilet to sit in your head? No. How can you carry my life, but you call politics a dirty game? A dirty. I need food. I need house. I need services, basic services. But people are saying, don't go there. It's a dirty game. What dirty are you playing there? Let's change the game. Make it clean. We are here to clean this game. It has been dirty for so long. Let's go and clean it. Okay? We are all responsible. That's what I want to say. We are all responsible. You cannot sit in the corner. Yes, you can sit in the corner, but if you still give birth here, your children will be in trouble while you are there in 6 feet down. But your children will leave people out there crying because you didn't stand for the country. Thank you so much to get this opportunity, my dear.
When I said we are cut from the same cloth, I meant it. He even attacked Vasan. I've been attacking him my entire life. He even attacked Vasan. Okay? So just to sum up, there is a deliberate attempt by the South African government. Whatever you see happening, it may look chaotic, but it is not chaotic. It is a plan by Ramaphosa's masters. Ramaphosa is not an individual president making decisions. He do not have that capacity. He got hijacked during the negotiations. They took him in, the white business enterprises, that time. They prepped him up, they trained him, and he landed now as president of this country. The opening of borders is to create chaos within our own South African citizens and our African brothers and sisters, so that we do not focus on these white business people to continue raping our country of whatever resources are still in this country. So this is the truth. I came out with this truth a while back. Many people that were with me left this institution because they said Guru and politics don't mix. I bid them farewell. I continue and I have mixed at this ashram. I think we're the only ashram around that had every political party present here, because I mixed it deliberately so that this day can be born. So you would have, if you have listened intelligently, then this is what I have been teaching you, and exactly that same sentiments are echoed by Archbishop Ngobo. So this is why I said at the beginning of the discourse, this discourse, run, ANC, run. Because in our lifetime, we are going to make that change. So let's look again. Archbishop and myself, in our early days, we trained in the military. And when you train in the military, there are no grey areas. We don't know grey areas. We don't know appeasement. We only know right and wrong. Then we got ordained. In spirituality, there's only right and wrong. And we were both career politicians. We were both career politicians. You couldn't budge us in the decisions that we had already decided to take. So look at our commonalities, and today we're going to lead the oneness. Tell me who can be more qualified in leading this oneness, and show me in any other country where you can get two spiritual masters from two different cultures with exactly the same DNA, unless it is God ordained. Unless it is God ordained. So I wish the Lord gives us enough strength. And Pastor, we have a great epic called the Mahabharata. All right? In it, the Lord incarnated with his army, and he offered the holy war. He said, one side can take my army and one side can take me. The demonic side took his army and the divine side took him, the Lord. And we're going to do the same tonight. We don't want the Lord's army. We want the Supreme Lord himself to be on our side. Number two, this book was reduced to writing 5,000 years ago. And there is a verse in this book that states that if you place 3 leaves in a certain position and draw an upside down rabbit, this will be a map of the world. And this great saint, Lord Sri Ramanuj, 1,000 years ago, interpreted the verse, drew the leaves, and showed the people the map of the world, and everybody laughed at him. But if you take that rabbit and the 3 leaves today and turn it upside down, you get a map of the world seen from space, exactly as it was drawn. And I want to thank Lord Sri Ramanuj for giving us this insight. So spirituality is needed in everyone's life. When you become spiritual, you transcend your religious boundaries, like Pastor has done today. He transcended his religious boundaries. He is seated here today in front of a guru, in front of idols. In Orthodox, in Christianity in the main, there is a misinterpretation which is not understood about idols. So I'm saying, great men, yesterday we had 3 pastors here. We danced together, Hindus and Christians, for the very first time in a temple, danced together to Christian hymns. Okay? So God has a plan, and we just have to let go these small religious inhibitions. If we let go these racial inhibitions, if we let go, as was stressed by Archbishop, God will do the rest of the work. So Bishop, enjoy a beautiful vegetable cooked by our devotees, and I'd advise you not to go to Sita's house. You'll run from every Indian after that. And I want you to get closer to Indians. Jai Shri Narayan.